Give me 21 minutes and I will tell you how to mindfuck anyone who is in power, for that will attract a lot of things that you want and you want to also fulfill in your life. So it's not an easy task, but yes, you can mindfuck anyone. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Number one, making sure that you automatically and consistently put yourself in situations that sometimes might cause you problems. I'm not saying you cause problems. You put yourself in situations that might cause some trouble and you will face a lot of challenges. And you are doing this knowing that you are there to experience. You are forcing your mind to face a challenge and then you analyze how it is playing out. How people are reacting, responding, overreacting. For example, I am Hannah. We have been friends. You don't want me. You see another lady, you don't want her, but then you act as if you want her. I'm not saying you use this game. It's just an example. You act as if you want them, right? Their response will allow you to learn. And their response aren't supposed to make you feel rejected. Their response aren't supposed to move you off center. Rather, it is supposed to be an opportunity for you to learn and understand how things play out, how most women act, respond, either when they are into you, when they are not really into you, if they really like you, if they don't really like you, and how most of the women will respond, even when she responds or acts as if she wants you. You will be aware that she is acting because you have a mixed energy. And the mixed energy is the balanced energy. I am not chained or attached to a specific result. Most of the human beings that exist, they are only responding and reacting to what is causing them feel attacked. Number two, your desires and your interests. I meet with you on the highway. You trigger some deficit in me as Hannah. I'm not aware that is what you are triggering. All I know is I like you, I admire you. But the fact is, I feel like I need to validate myself to you. So I'm acting too nice. I'm acting as if I am interested in you. Not because I am interested in you. Again, Isaac. I'm acting as if I am interested in you, not because I am interested in you. When I act that way, you respond in a way that shows you also like me. You smile, right? But that validates me. So when you respond, you are confirming to what I wanted to receive from you, for that gives me a specific perception about myself. He liked me, but I'm not aware that that is the feedback that I'm looking from you. All I know is I smiled every time I saw you. But that triggers a feeling of validation. Like I have to validate myself to feel good about myself. But I'm not aware that I'm acting that way to get that feedback. All I know is this is my nature of being. And now when you will make a move on me, Isaac, I will reject you. And when you don't respond, it will end up affecting me emotionally most of the time. Because it will break me down. Yeah. It's easier someone to be in power, someone to control you when they know your desires and your interests. It's hard for them to control you if you know your desires and your interests and you are aware of that. Like I'm fucking aware that I'm acting this way because my desire is pleasure. Your level of consciousness that thinks your desires and your interests is what matters on your life, that is a consciousness that every human being they will experience. And they can access your conscious because your conscious is your content. And pleasure isn't a real actual thing. We all know that. You can say, no, pleasure exists. No, it doesn't exist. Pleasure is always the past. When you know that your mind has been relying on a specific pattern of fulfilling a specific illusion, you broke up with your ex, Isaac, you feel bad, right? You are going through a lot, right? I can only have power over you when I know that your ex was attractive. You loved her so much and you are going through pain. Your desire at this very moment is to experience some happiness. So a woman can identify that you have a negative energy. The moment she will present herself in a positive energy, that will spike your dopamine and you will think that she has been there for you. But it's all a false perception for your mind to experience dopamine and again think that she cares. But I'm presenting myself in this state so that I can give you a perception of at least I have someone who cares. Now I have power over you. Because I know your desires, I know your interest. Like I have to really know what you are going through, which is pain, your interests, which is maybe money or attractive lady, and then your desire, maybe pleasure. When you know those are your interests, those are your desires, those are your heart, those are your pain, those are your past, you won't act according to a desire because you know it's all the past conscious, the past memory that I am consistently relying on. It doesn't serve me. It just triggers a specific emotion and feeling. For it made me feel in a certain way, maybe in a negative way. So even when Hannah is smiling to me, I should make a move on her. I should take this as an opportunity to learn that my state of being, my frequency in an energetic way, it is triggering her in a form of energy and she feels triggered, but she doesn't know or she knows that is why she is acting this way. When you are aware of that, trust me, no lady will ever control you. No, that is like I can only control you and have power over you. When I know, again, when I know that I can consistently control you through your desires. I have met a lot of men friends who will complain about something. And when I try to understand, I later on realize that they are only complaining again, that they are only complaining because the lady knows his desire, his interest, and his pain. So she is acting negative because that will trigger that you need to please her. But remember, pleasing her fulfills her desires. Her desire is she wants you to deliver a specific value. If she needs it, but then she thinks she can't get it from you unless she acts in a negative way, then she is consistently acting in a negative state of being to get your response. So there is this phase of us operating in a certain way so that we can get a specific response. And then eventually we can act as if you intended to do this, you were planning to do this, and you acted out of your own interest. Yet, I made you have a specific desire. The way I acted triggered a specific feeling and emotion in your state of being. That is why at this very moment, you are pleasing me. And you might even think you have an upper hand of manipulating this lady and controlling this lady and being in charge of this lady, right? But after trying to figure things out, you will realize that the manipulation have been serving her desires and she likes it when you please her in a form of manipulation. But one thing is, you are not high value. She knows that you are weak. So she holds the power. And at this very moment, Hannah is in control of you. She has the power. You gave her all the power. Like men say, I acted this way, responded this way, I ignored her. She came back. She came back to understand if when you ignored her, did you really mean it? Or you just ignored her to get a feedback from her? When she will get what she will want, she feels good now that you reciprocated. She's suffering from low self-esteem. You know how things work when you know that you don't know nothing. The moment you know everything about women, that is when you are totally fucked. Your triggers. Sometimes when you see a woman, you feel attracted to her, you really like her, you really want her, you don't want her. Like you have seen an attractive lady, she is sexually attractive, her tits are popping, her ass is popping, she is sexually attractive. She wants you to notice. Because the energy that you are operating on, it is in a specific state. And she also feels in a specific way, but she's not responding to that energy, or she wants you to feel affected, then she is affected. When you know she is the trigger, then you are not attracted to her, but she just triggers a specific emotion and a specific feeling. You act in a certain way, thinking that that will communicate a specific intention, that you also like her. She knows it. Passively, indirectly. You've been dating this lady for 2 months and you thought she really likes you and you have been having a relationship, right? And then you realize that she walked away. You feel bad, frustrated, disappointed, sad. It's as if now she is in control of your life. But remember, Hannah is only triggering a negative emotion of your past that your subconscious mind has been saving, and maybe that negative emotion, you can't really articulate it, but all you know is you feel sad, disappointed, frustrated. And when you feel that way, that is a confirmation that no one can really control you, but you are in control of your own emotions. So you have to feel the emotions for you to get rid of the emotions. But when you act in a certain way, too nice, so that she can also act too nice to get rid of that feeling, then you are giving power to other people to control your emotions and your feelings, and you have to depend on them. And when you have to depend on them for your own state of being at this very moment, you will never get a woman who will genuinely love you. You will only get women who will be in control of you. That is a fact. Number 4. Number 4, you have to be aware that your desires, your interests, and your conscience, it's being shared by 80% of humans that exist. Like your level of consciousness, the things, your desires, and your interests is what matters on your life. That is a consciousness that every human being they will experience. And they can access your conscious, because your conscious is your content. Again, Isaac, your conscious, how you are operating, it is your content, the fear, the anxiety, I have to just let go. It is the content that builds and forms a consciousness. And since it is common and it is shared, then anyone can access it indirectly, subconsciously, to trigger you in a specific way. And when you are aware of that, you will never let anyone give you a perception that unless you act in a certain way, respond in a certain way, your desires can never be fulfilled, or your interests can never be fulfilled. I'm telling you this because most of the time, we act as if we want to help someone. I act as if I want to help Isaac. I am helping Isaac because I can access Isaac's content, that is his conscious. I can do that by providing a specific perception of reality. And when I am aware of this, I will act in ways that will communicate a specific what? Feeling. You meet with me, Hannah, on the highway, and then I am acting as if I like you, and then you respond to my vibe and to my energy. I acted as if I like you because I wanted to interact with you to access your level of consciousness and how you might end up thinking that I want you. Why will I act that way if I don't want you? I'm just having fun. I just want to pass time. I just want something exciting. I just want to feel like I am in control by causing you think that I am into you. I want to make myself feel comfortable when around you. Maybe you cause some triggers. Maybe you make me feel uncomfortable. And at this very moment, you are affected because you are so attached to her vibe and her energy. I have to indirectly spin the energy in a negative way or in a positive way, depending on how I will perceive your state of being, just to get your reaction. And that only fulfills a deficit, or it makes me feel good about myself. The last thing that is the most important one is you have to look for a way to bring freedom to yourself by emptying every conscience that you think you knew and every content, to stop programming your mind act in a certain way because you think you will get a specific result and start experiencing. I act in a certain way because I expect a specific result, and now that I got that result, I start operating in that manner. When I am eventually disappointed, I think if someone is bad, now I am the one who is suffering as long as I label that person as bad and not accept that my way of acting and how I see things will not remove the existence of some people. They are narcissistic, they are toxic. You don't want to label them to heighten a specific understanding or a perception. But your way of acting, responding, and being a good man, it won't remove women you perceive and you see as narcissistic. It's just what is there, and they are there to play a role, to let you know that we are here, we exist. But it shouldn't be a barrier or an idea to influence you act on cynicism. Okay? So I have seen a lot of you guys come here complaining how narcissistic women are. Don't bother. Don't even label them. Don't even give a fuck. Because one fact is, you will just see everything in a negative way, consistently operating in a negative way, and when something good happens, you will want it to happen frequently and consistently. And that something good will come from your lady. But it's all a trap. This is the last point that you have to really be aware. Look for a way, come up with a better way to empty every conscious, every perception, and only have insights that help you move forward. And stop relying on negative energies consistently. It's not going to help you. It's not going to serve you. When a woman will walk away, it won't bother you because it's somehow you expected it to happen. It's somehow you have been training yourself to be strong enough when she finally, eventually decides to walk away. Any challenge, any negative experience, it will never affect you mentally. It will be a challenge for you to experience and learn. And some of the things that will be unfolding in front of you, you have already experienced them. It's as if you are injecting an action to unfold itself in a specific way. So you have, sorry about that. What's that? Okay. Okay. So you have been acting as if you don't know nothing. When women act in a certain way, when they overreact, when they respond, when they want to cause drama, chaos, it's as if you already know how it will unfold itself. Maybe she will start by acting too nice. When you respond by acting too nice, she overreacts in a negative way or she pulls away. No, it won't cause harm because you know that is what will happen. No, it's not new to you and you just sit back This is one trick that will allow you to understand that when you are ahead of every other person, psychologically, mentally, not because you want to control them, but you know exactly how everything will end up. You will never fear women rejecting you, because you are not doing this to control women. You are not doing this to control anyone. When you apply it to control women or to control anyone, it will backfire. I promise you that, because you will get attached. The moment you realize that you are in control of everything, that is when you are in control of nothing and everyone else is in control of you. Again, the moment you think and realize that you are in control of your lady, your wife, your girlfriend, the one you're trying to see right now, the one you admire, the moment you feel and you think that you are in control of everything, that is when everyone is in control of you. Because the energy that you are giving them serves a specific perception of reality that every human being has been experiencing, and it is a consciousness that every other lady experiences when a man acts as if he is in control of them. And that consciousness, it is being magnified in a form of energy. Are you a new member? Welcome on board.